Alright. Moving in to game number 2. In the top left position, we do indeed have Cryok. He is still the Teal Terran. 3 games in a row, we have Teal Terrans. Huh. Cryok from Western Europe, and that is the 2 o'clock position. And in the top right from North America, we have Modesty. And that is an orange Zerg. Reset the score. Oh, yeah. He's excited. Oh. That's not nice. We're not hating on other tours. Even if they're at the same time. And I should be competitive with them. Oh, let's talk about the maps. Actually, the maps are pretty cool. If you the tour they're talking about, if you're not aware, is a it's the tour anybody can enter, and the thing about that tour is that they're using a completely foreigner-made map pool. And there's 7 of them, and there's some pretty sick maps. Some of them have gimmicks, like they were talking about the force fields, which I don't know if they're going to work. I don't know if they're not going to work, but. Some of them are just straight up cool looking maps. And if you haven't at least looked at the thread to look at the maps, I would recommend it. I may or may not end up casting some of that. Apparently they were in need of casters. But I'm not confirmed for that yet. So, now, whoa, I only just realized now that I used the open brace. I used an open brace instead of a closed brace at the end there. My bad. Alright, so, TVZ. Cryok's TVZ, most predictable thing in the world. He's gonna go for the pre-lurker timing with the Marines. Oh, no, he's not. Oh, shit. Oh, yeah, he is. Okay, good. He's gonna go for the pre-lurker timing with the Marines. After getting this expo down, I was wondering why it wasn't quite down yet, but there we go. He had, like, an SCV faking here, and he was banking minerals. I was like, what? Secret 3 racks? But no. There's a command center. Everything's good. Gonna get +1, go 5 racks, go attack before the lurkers come out, then switch into mech, and then just try to steamroll the opponent due to the fact that Zergs can't deal with mech once it gets too big. So, alright. Anyway, the map is Electric Circuit. And actually, for whatever reason, it seems like we don't see Electric Circuit a lot. I don't think anybody picks Electric Circuit. And it might have just been coincidence that the walkovers happen to be on this map, but it seems like this map is not seen as much as some of the other maps in here. It has the mineral only in the back door, which typically will help out a non-Zerg player. This doesn't do a whole lot for Zerg. And while it looks good for Zerg right now, because it's like, well, they're going to get a 3rd hatchery anyway, now they can have the 3rd hatchery at an expo for free! But really, these minerals don't do anything. Like, the difference between putting 5 drones here and just dividing 3 drones here and 2 drones here is so little in terms of mining efficiency that it's almost no difference. And then later on, eventually, Cryok will take his mineral only. And that one will actually matter, because it'll mean that he can make more barracks and make a lot more Marines. Or more Vultures, if he decides he wants to go that route. Or gets to at least to that stage of the game. The one exception is, I've seen some Zerg players, some high-level Zerg players. I'm trying to remember, like, Infected did this in a way. Infected did this in a way. He not on this map, and it was a little bit different, but the same principle. He took the mineral only. He used the mineral only to make more hatcheries, and then off of those more hatcheries, he just made Zerglings. So in every engagement, he had 24 more Zerglings than his opponent expected him to, and they just kind of stopped, and they didn't really understand what was going on. But then the Zerglings just came in and mopped everything up because they had crack at that time. If you use it like that, then the mineral only can be an advantage for Zerg if you want to have more drones than you're really expecting. But it takes a really talented Zerg player to be able to utilize it like that, to play it in a very different way than you would on a normal map, and also just straight up control that many units. But when sometimes you see it, and I really like it when I see Zergs do that. Anyway, continuing along with the build. Stim researching, it's a 4x. So surprising, +1's almost done. And here is the Spire. So yeah, the mules have come out. These Marines might move out. Sometimes they move out before the Mutalisks quite pop, and then hold the Mutalisks back and not allow them to attack the Terran's base. It looks like that's what Cryok's going to go for. Okay. He does have a pretty strong force here, and if nothing else, is going to force Modesty to make more Sunken colonies. We saw him making some. 3's not... 3 isn't quite enough. Well, it's a little complicated. 3 would be enough with Mutalisk support, but because... Ooh, backstab. Modesty does like his backstabs and his shenanigans. So, we'll see what he's able to get out of this. Interesting decision. Going for the turrets right now, and just trying to shut down... trying to make it as easy as possible for the Mutalisks to get in. That's a cool decision. We'll see if it pays off for him, but right now the Mutalisks won't have a shot. Oh, they're flying over Stim Marines! What are you doing? Oh, all the Zerglings have gone down. They didn't get a whole lot out of that. But they weren't trying to get a whole lot. They were just trying to clear way for the Mutalisk. Will it work? Can the Mutalisk actually get over there in time before Cryok can make more turrets? I mean, if they just fly over there now, sure, but they have to defend versus these Marines. It's gonna be close. Like, this is enough to stop the Marines, even if the Sunkens are at a bad angle. But do you really want to lose as many Mutalisks as you're going to lose doing that? Is it worth it? Alright, some Marines coming in for almost like a flank on the Mutalisks. Actually, they're not even going... They were accidentally flanking the Mutalisks. They're actually heading down here, going to shut down this expo, which the SCV has already scouted out. We have a lot more Marines coming in. That's a lot of Marines for no medics. There is a single medic with no energy. Solid. Meanwhile, Modesty thought about coming back to defend. Man, I also did not capitalize that A. Go back in after this attack. The Marines have to stim up, but there's no medic support. And Cryok, I don't know why he doesn't have any medics with his army, but he's going to lose the stuff that was just waiting outside. Does manage to take out this base. So, the pre-lurker attack, not exactly looking like you would expect it to, but that's essentially the purpose of the pre-lurker attack. You go down, you kill off this hatchery. Mission accomplished. And then, once again, not enough medics. And by not enough, I mean 0. 0 medics. Obviously, medics wouldn't have made them win that fight, but would have been able to kill more stuff. Wow. And Modesty with an early Queen's Nest. Did he skip lurkers? He did skip lurkers, because I don't see a Hydralisk den. Interesting. Skipping lurkers. Now, well, we'll talk about that later. Here come the Zerglings. and going in for the attack, just trying to take out as many Marines as possible. Now, does he have enough stuff to bust here? There aren't that many Marines, as Crayock has thrown away a lot of them, but he does have the ability to remake more, and the Mutalisk count isn't that strong. I don't think that this can't kill Crayock, but it might be able to do some great damage here, depending on how much the Zerglings can do. A first tank is out. It's going to be too hard for the Mutalisk to snipe. They're just not in high enough numbers. But a lot of these SCVs are going down, and Siege Tank coming up. That's going to draw the Zerglings away. But still, these Mutalisks are doing something here. And that was a pretty successful attack from Modesty. Now, if you exclude that last little bust attempt, Modesty is, he's reminding me of the way Jaedong played in early 2010? Little bit late to 2009 into early 2010, where he didn't get lurkers in some games. It was an interesting strategy of, I have godlike Mutalisk control. No one can beat my Mutalisk control. So I'm just going to build Mutalisks. I don't even need lurkers to defend myself. You're going to be so busy with my Mutalisks that I'm going to tech up to Hive. And then kill you with Ultra Ling. Because my Mutalisk did enough damage. Unfortunately, Modesty is not Jaedong. So he doesn't have that good a Mutalisk control. But he has been able to kill off so many of Crayock's units. In Crayock, he killed off the hatchery, but it was a hatchery that had just made with no drones. So it's not quite no damage. But you can kind of see a little bit of the remnants in it just because of the way the game's worked out. Because of, really, the Lings. The Lings have been far more successful than the Mutalisks have. And that refinery is pretty hard to defend against the Mutalisks. Coming in for tank snipes. There are 3 tanks there. That's pretty scary. 1 tank down, and... one tank down. Alright. Modesty continuing with the Zergling numbers. How much longer until our Defilers are out? Wow. We don't have Defilers. We have Ultralisks. This really reminds me of Jaedong now. Because Jaedong liked the went Ultralisk first to also before the Defilers. This is, interesting to say the least. I just don't know if he has good enough economy. I mean, he's on 4 bases, quote-unquote, but one of them's a mineral only, and one of them doesn't have the gas up. So he's not, as far as Ultra is concerned, he's not on 4 bases. Well, we'll see what he's able to afford. Obviously going to get the Ultralisk armor immediately. And with early Ultralisks, if you get the armor upgrade fast, you can really do a lot of damage to Marines that aren't expecting it, even without the Defiler support. And Modesty has been making a lot of Zerglings this game. He is, in a way, doing what I was talking about, with getting that hatchery up and using the extra larva. Using the extra minerals on Zergling production. Not quite to the same levels that I was trying to describe, and a lot of the extra economy does come from the fact that he skipped lurkers, but it's in a way. It's in a way. Alright, so here comes Crayock, coming in for a very, very scary 1-1 attack with the Marines. There are 2 siege tanks here, but I don't think either of them is going to be taken out. There are a couple of Ultralisks. It's unfortunate he threw away so many Lings before that attack happened. These Ultralisks have 5 armor, so the Marines only do 2 damage a shot. But the siege tanks will do a lot of damage. He has 4 Ultralisks, though. I think this is going to be enough if he can get us some Lings. Just a couple of Lings in here. These medics are out of energy. They are all out of energy. Once again, Crayock, not enough medics. Unfortunately, one of the Ultralisks is going to die immediately. The slow Ultralisks take so long to get in there, but finally they do. Now Ling's coming in from the back, and he is going to be able to dominate that. With just, yeah, this Ultralisk right here. It tanked so much damage so that the Zerglings could get in. And it looks... Swarm would have essentially done the same thing. So I'm not saying that going for the Ultralisk was better than going for Swarm, but I will say that going for the Ultralisks worked out. That attack, on the other hand, did not work out, because the Ultralisks were not there. Too slow. It's kind of nice, though, that they can be irradiated and they don't die. Seriously, though, Crayock does not have a lot of medics. He has another attack going down here with 0 medics. And this, it looks like that army only has 2. Oh, and it lived. That's the best part. When the vulture draws it in like that and then still manages to live. Yeah. Unfortunately, he's used Stim too much. So all of these units are dead. And the second colony can just one-shot them all. So that attack can't work. Scourge missing out on some science vessel kills. Ooh. Did he erase her? No. No, that's just, it's just been collateral damage, excuse me. That's just been collateral damage, from hitting Zerglings. Alright, the vultures are going in for some harass. It's getting pretty late for Cryok here. He should be starting his mech transition. He should be, yeah, he is. He has 4 axes, and he has 4 barracks too. They haven't quite lifted up. Whoops, 5 axes. Missed this one. He has 4 barracks too, and he will lift those off eventually. Start flying them out. You can see they're not making anything right now, except for the one. Okay, so Crack's done on the Lings. Crack is done. Unfortunately, excuse me. Unfortunately, they don't have the upgrade yet, so they're not quite that scary, or at least not as ridiculously scary as they're going to be a little bit later. Man. Part of the problem with going with Ultralisk like this is you just have to use them so smartly, because while they're really good at tanking shots versus Marines, they're not good at tanking other stuff. They're really bad at tanking mines. They just die. They're really bad at eating siege tank fire. So you have to be very careful about how you want to use Ultralisks this early in the game with no Defiler support. You can't afford to throw them away to mines like he just did there. Or at least you gotta do it as little as possible. It's kind of inevitable that it'll happen to a certain extent, but if it happens too much, it just becomes too hard of a game. Ooh, we do have an eraser this time. Getting a few. Wow. This the quadruple eraser? Shit. I guess it's working. Oh, the Scourge couldn't get them. Oh, that's just a kick to the dick. Oh, man. I wish I could click on all these science vessels to see how many kills they all have, although there's some Scourge. No, Scourge ain't coming. Okay, so 1, 0, 6, and that one has to have all of them, like, immediately underneath. 17, there we go. That's the one with all the kills. Man, just this act right here of Ultralisks running across the map with no support. Boom! Half the Ultralisk died. Boom! That Ultralisk is almost dead now. He ran into 2 mines. It's just... oh, man. Man, oh, the Scourge coming in. Alright. Does not get the heroic 20 kill, excuse me. 20 kill science vessel, but... man, you can't afford to do this. You need to be... if you want to move your Ultralisks, you kind of need to send the Zerglings out first. They need to clear a path through possible minefields. And it's annoying and it's slow, but you just gotta do it. You don't have that much money to be throwing away Ultralisks like that. I mean, you do have 4 gases up now, after taking this base and this base. Soon to be 5 gases, but you're not quite there yet. You're just not quite there. Oh, there's the barracks. Alright, so we are floating the barracks out. And the barracks are eating Scourge hits. I mean, that's pretty nice. It doesn't matter if the barracks die, so why not waste some Scourge if you can? Or waste your opponent's Scourge. 20 kills? 20 kills? No! The 20 kills Science Vessel. I didn't even get the irradiate off. So, Finally getting our attack upgrades now. We're already at 3 armor. Oh, 3 Lings. You don't see that too often, but it's really not about the Lings. It's about the Ultralisks. Which is a real shame, because they have 6 armor now, and they're completely invincible versus Marines. But Crack doesn't have any Marines. He has tanks and mines. So the Ultralisks are pretty bad. And while I wouldn't be like critical of Modesty of going for a strategy like this, because it's not guaranteed that your opponent's going to go mech. You're playing against Cryok! It is guaranteed he's going to go mech. It's just what he does. So, yeah, if you're going to kill him before he got the mech rolling with the Ultralisks, then cool, go Ultralisks. But at this point, it's like, ugh, Ultralisks. What are you gonna do with these things? They just die so easily to stuff and things. Stuff and things. Ugh. Alright. So, eating so many mine heads. Although they will take out this space, so it's fine. Some Goliaths coming up from the back. I don't even know why he's bothering to go Goliaths. I guess in case that there's a random Muta switch, you can have at least something to defend against it a little bit, but really, they don't exactly help against the Scourge. Not terribly useful. The Comsat went down, but is he going to be able to finish this off? Sea-Shank going down. The Sea-Shanks have 2-1. The armor is going to be really... Actually, really, the armor isn't as helpful. You would think the armor was helpful against the Zerglings, because the Zerglings do so many hits. So, just that -1, -1, -1, -1, -1 adds up really quickly. The issue is, though, is that if Zerglings are attacking your stuff, you're dead anyway. There's never just one Zergling, it's a host of Zerglings, and they just kill stuff so quickly. It's really about the attack. You gotta kill the Zerg stuff before it can get to you. And then just continue to kill it, and as soon as the next one... As soon as another unit takes its place, you don't let it advance the line. You just have the critical mass that the melee units will never get to you. Stop running your Ultralisk into mines! Okay. I guess you have Ultralisk coming in from the other side. I guess this is going to be a pretty strong attack. I do kind of like seeing the Ultralisk end up killing a lot of Zerglings, but you keep running them into mines! Please stop doing that, Modesty. Modesty? Alright. So, looks like this base will still not fall. It will still not fall. Cryok is just barely holding on to this base by a thread. But every time Modesty attacks it, Cryok can get enough mech stuff there to keep it alive for just a little while longer. Lings coming out from the bottom. We do finally have a Defiler mount. So, it's about time, really. I mean, you're on so many bases, you should have a Defiler mount. Okay. Modesty's been getting some success out of constant aggression, but now it's too late. You can't just keep doing that. You got to start consolidating forces and thinking about the attacks. This is too small to do anything. Modesty, this is too small to do anything. And then Croc proves me wrong by having 3 tanks isolated. Why do you have 3 tanks sieged up here? What are they going to do? Alright, so all the Zerglings are going to die. And there are more tanks. Alright, yeah. So, aside from these 3 tanks dying up here, the attack didn't do anything. Modest... Oh, and there were some Overlords brought in for detection against the ghosts, I guess. I don't know. They probably just got hotkeyed into the group accidentally. Alright. So. Alright. This is base number 7. Base number 7 for Modesty. It's hard to say that a Zerg who has 7 bases is in a bad spot. But we're now starting to see the supply elites expand. It had been 15, it had been 20 for a very long time. Now it's 40. And that's because you're no longer killing stuff with Cryox. Cryox is just killing you. And also, he's losing a lot of supply into very supply-heavy Ultralisks. They keep dying because they run into mines. Okay. So... yeah, I can't fault Modesty for that. Can't fault Modesty for that. That was just Lings. Lings are free. So really, might as well give it a shot. Ooh, drop. Drop, 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 drop. We have 6 Ultralisks, 8 Lings. And 1 Ultralisk that couldn't find his way into the dropship. So he's just gonna Ultralisk run by. Awesome. Why do we not see more Ultralisk run bys? They are clearly incredibly effective. Clearly incredibly effective, this Ultralisk. See, it got hit by all that stuff. It was just 1 Ultralisk. It got hit by 7 siege tanks and still has enough health to clean up the vultures and now be part of the attack. Boom. Oh, now it's dead. Alright, but still, Ultralisk run bys are sick. Why is there no Ling support? Why is there never Ling support? That's so many Ultralisks. That's so many Ultralisks dead and more Ultralisks dead. There are no Lings. A 1-to-1 ratio is a pretty shitty ratio of Ultralisks to Lings, and that's what he did in that attack. That attack was 12 Ultralisks and 12 Lings, pretty much. Modesty! Modesty, stop trying to throw away this game! You're doing everything you can to throw away this game. Ugh. Alright. So, what do we got for Crack? Crack has 1, 2, kind of. 3, kind of. 4. Okay. He could have 4 mining bases, but really only one of them is saturated. I'm gonna say 2 mining bases right now. 3 mining bases, because these guys are gonna get there. 3 mining bases for Cryok. Modesty has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mining bases. And another one coming up here. It's like... Okay. Okay. I've been really critical of Modesty, of his constant attacking, but I do have to give him credit. The constant attacking has kept all of his bases safe. Cryok has not even thought about doing anything remotely resembling a counterattack. It's just, I have to live right now. Which means that Modesty, despite the fact he keeps losing his entire army, has a pretty nice economy. Behind by 50 supply, but has a pretty nice economy. And we're going to drop 16 cracklings in here. I like this. I like this a lot. This is some pretty sick harass. Even if it does absolutely nothing. Which it doesn't look like it's going to do because Cryok was too close to here. And we're irradiating overlords. Okay. I still think that's pretty cool harass. Just because of how much damage it can do. It's almost no money. Modesty has all the money in the world. He actually needs to be building more hatcheries. Because clearly he can't spend his larvae effectively enough. Or he doesn't have enough larvae to spend, I should say. I say that, but he has a lot of larvae banked up. But it's fine, he's gonna go Mutalisks. Hide the Mutalisks. I guess we just pray that he doesn't scan there. Why not, man? It's not like he has any Goliaths. Or many Goliaths. Looks like an attempt to save this base a little bit. A little bit. He can get 2 siege tanks. Or 1 siege tank. Didn't even get that second one. We do have 3-3 for both players, right? Both players? No, not quite 3-3 for Modesty. Modesty needs... Where is it? Why are you not getting 3-3? It's pretty good. I mean, 2-3 is good too, but 3-3 is nice. Alright, anyway, here come the Mutalisks. The big reveal. Why are you using D-Matrix? Why would you not irradiate? Like, your science vessels are your only anti-air, aside from a couple of Goliaths here. Like, irradiate. Oh, he probably doesn't even have irradiate in research, does he? No, he totally has irradiate researched. Well, I'm stupid. Of course he has irradiate research. We've seen it a bunch of times. Why are you not using it? Why would you not use it on these guys? Why? Oh, that one doesn't have enough energy. Alright, hey, we irradiated a Mutalisk. And we are eventually getting enough Goliaths out to kill off the Mutalisks. Okay. So, Modesty's super secret plan of... Oh, that's bad. Super secret plan of using the Mutalisks and catching Crayock off guard. Kind of pulled the trigger early. A little bit premature. A little bit premature there. So, Crack could get out enough Goliaths. He didn't lose that much. Still ahead by 70 supply. If you're losing by 70 supply, TVZ, it's bad. If you're losing by 70 supply, TVZ, and the 70 supply is in mech, it's kind of awful. And yet, Modesty has not lost a base in this game since this one, oh so long ago. It's ridiculous how much preventative measures he can do to the Terran opponent, despite how constantly far behind his supply he is. Also has to do with Crayock. Also has to do with the fact that Crayock really would prefer not to attack, and as long as you're giving him any excuse in the world to not attack, he's just not going to do it. But hey, this is what I'm talking about. That little harass that can totally shut down a base. Love it. Love it. Costs you nothing to do. It's a lot better than sending the Lings out across the... Well, not the Lings, but sending the Ultralisks out across the middle of the map and having them die to mines. That's for sure. Why is there a medic here? I guess Modesty asked the same question. Gonna fix that problem. Alright. Looks like he eventually figured out that the drone... Oh. He didn't figure out the drones were stuck. They just moved back here. And this drone can't get it. He doesn't know what's going on with the mining situation, but it's fine. He has so many bases, he doesn't even need the mining. Actually, he could probably really use the mining. He should probably transfer them, as some of the bases are starting to mine out. Nah, forget it. He has 5k. He doesn't need mining. Mining's overrated. He's good. But Crayock is he's mounting a push. He's been trying to mount this push on this base for quite a while. Unable to actually topple it over with the siege tanks. This base, not quite able to topple it over either yet, but he's been working on this one a lot less time, and here we go. Alright, we're moving things into position. Moving things into position. That one's gonna die. No, he brought it back. Okay, where's the Defiler? Defiler. Oh, Defiler was in the back. No, not quite working. Double D Matrix siege tanks are pretty good. 10 kills, 11 kills, 12 kills, 12 kills, 8 kills, 6 kills. That is ridiculous. Oh, but they're going to all go down now. Modesty refusing to lose a base, allowing it to get to the precipice. The precipice of losing a base. But then does not lose the base. So. Alright. Let's do... Well, we don't even have time for a recount. Because Modesty's going in again with another, like, really weird attack. Why do you keep doing this, Modesty? Modesty. Why are you not in chat to tell me the rationale behind doing this? Oh, that's not what I meant to do. But yeah, everything's dead. Everything's dead. At this point, like, the ground's so slippery, like, they couldn't even run across this. They're actually not being killed by siege tank fire. The Lings are just, like, slipping and breaking their own necks on the blood of their fellow Zerglings. Okay. So, we have 1, 2, 3... 3 mining bases, trying to set up a 4th. Compared to Modesty, who, oh, hey, he took out a base over here. Awesome, the siege tanks finally made it over to take out that base. Okay, compared to Modesty, who has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 4 mining bases versus 5 mining bases, essentially the same bases, except for Modesty having this 6 o'clock, which he's about to not have. And I guess... Now it's not looking so good for Modesty. He has a lot of minerals, in part because of having two mineral onlys, but in part just because it's hard to spend it at this stage in the game. And he's behind by 80 supply. This base is dead. And now they're on even bases once this goes up. Even bases. That's too much. That is simply too much. The mech finally won out. Modesty just couldn't quite handle it, I think. I mean, it's even bases. He never got that +3 upgrade. But I don't know what his step is now. There's no way that sending out units haphazardly can work, although he's doing some interesting Ultralisk bombs. Alright, Swarm. Swarm. Okay, the Swarm was pretty close. There we go, another Swarm. Doing... not enough. Not doing enough here. But we have units coming from the back. Wait for the damn Defiler. Modesty, wait for the damn Defiler. Wait for the damn Defiler, Modesty! 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 Modest! Stop, oh, okay. Okay, we're not gonna wait. We're just gonna go for it. Admittedly, it worked out better than I thought it would. It worked out better than I thought it would, but... oh my god, he's actually gonna be able to kill this off. Because Crack doesn't reinforce armies. Six, 13, 11. I like the late game D-Matrix tank micro versus the Zerglings. It's pretty sick. And Modesty's gonna retake this base. Oh man. So, what is... I actually don't know what Modesty does in this situation. It's just so hard for him to get back into this. And he's... okay, this time it was a bad idea to go in without Swarm. Pretty much a bad idea to go in at all. Even if he had 2 Defilers there, I'd still think it's probably not a good idea to go in with those Ultralisks. You gotta save it, man. You have to save your army so you can go in with one big push. This piecemeal stuff is really what mech's gonna thrive on here. Really what Terran in general thrives on, having to deal with the Zerg in little bits and chunks. It's divided we fall, united we stand. It's the other way around. United we stand, divided we fall. But yeah, that's exactly what's happening. The Terran army is united, so they're standing. Zerg army comes in piecemeal, and it dies. Admittedly, Crack's doing the best to divide up his Terran force by never ever reinforcing it. So every time the army gets wiped out, he has to restart the push. From all the way over here. That Mutalisk transition did nothing, but actually is a pretty sick move, because Crack's been building a lot of Goliaths ever since. So it's actually it was kind of worth it. I think it was worth it. For how many Goliaths Crack has continuously been making since then. This is the point in the game where Cryok, like, I bet Cryok's clicking on his armory. It's just like, oh man, I really wish there was a 4-4 upgrade. A 4-4 upgrade would be really nice right now. I don't have anywhere else to spend my 2.7, 2.2k. And Modesty has no gas. He is mining. You know, Modesty, you have 4... oh, why don't you have 3 guys mining here? That's bad. That's bad. You have 4 guys mining here. I was gonna say you should have 4 dudes at every expo, but no, at least 3 guys. Even at the depleted ones. Oh, we're gonna have a sextuple eraser? We saw the quadruple eraser, but now there's 6 times. No, not even gonna bother. Siege tanks are actually gonna be pretty good. Siege tanks erase drones too, in their own special way. Those drones got erased. $19, but it's fine. Modesty, realizing that the base has already gone down, can just go for a counterattack here. And it's going to work. I mean, there wasn't a whole lot to kill here, but everything that there was here to kill is dead. Still no +3, for whatever reason. The Lings. The Lings are going in. Game actually mentioned that earlier, that Modesty had just been A-moving his Lings, but in that attack he didn't A-move his Lings. Actually tried to move them into position to be able to kill stuff, and now Craft's going for another attack on this bottom base. He hasn't ever been able to clean it up. He has tried so many damn times to do it. And we have the fleet of science vessels, which are pretty much just here for D-Matrix. There's like not even enough stuff for them to irradiate. They just D-Matrix to try to protect from the Lings. All right, here we go. Going in, has enough energy for a swarm. There we got it. There's just not quite enough Lings. There were so many Goliaths there, and not that many tanks, but the few tanks that were there were enough. And the Scourge can get a hit. At least one. That's why Goliaths are bad, because that Goliath had shot a while ago to try to save the science vessel and just didn't work out. So this base is dead. This is still alive, though. Modesty has been able to keep this alive for a very, very long time. Crocs, he's starting to mine out at the faraway expos. 3 mining bases. Soon to be 4, but 3 mining bases. And Modesty is going to mine out, though. He has 2. He has 2 mining bases. How much money does he have left? Go away. Go away, please. There we go. Still has a lot. I heard drops. Not a whole lot, just bombs. It's a little bit of Zergling bomb action. Unfortunate when there are that many Goliaths there. And yeah, no Defiler support. It's a lot of D-Matrix. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 D-Matrixes. 10 kills, 7 kills, 4 kills. 16 kill Goliath. 14, 22. 16, 14, 22 kills on the siege tanks. This is certainly an elite squadron of units here. Okay, 9, 11. So that's 20, 32, 32, 50. 50 kills on 4 Goliaths. And 21... 2, that's lame. No, 21, 18 is 39... plus 20... Oh, hey, a plague! That's right! Defilers also have the ability to plague. I forgot about that in this game, because we had not seen it yet. Unfortunately, plague doesn't go through shield, and since all of these units are D-Matrixed up, it kind of doesn't matter. But, you know, it's cool. Oh no! The heroic Goliaths are all dying! Oh man. 50 kills on 2 units. Both gonna go down. Oh man, there have been some serious high kill units in this game. High kill Terran units in this game. There have been 0 high kill Zerg units. Because they all die immediately. So, pushing the main because he can, really. There's... Okay. Modesty is finally dead. Right? He's gonna lose the spawning pool in the Ultralisk Cavern, which I guess is the only important things here, but really does... That's not the important part. We got some Lings. He's gonna lose the Evo Chamber. Like I hope that I really had wished that was upgrading +3. That would have been hilarious, but no, Modesty can't use money on that. Trying to erase the Lings. And the Lings will be able to do a little bit of damage. A little bit late on the D-Matrix there. There we go. GG. 45-minute game in Cryok. There's a reason that he does the style that he does. Because he likes to sit on his ass and let the opponent impale themselves on him. And that was the quintessential Cryok game. Let your opponent kill themselves. Oh, yeah, there's some more games. Of course there are more games. This is best of 3. Alright. In the top right, as the purple Terran, no longer teal, is Modesty. Not Modesty, it's Cryok. My bad. Is Cryok of Western Europe. 2 o'clock, and use. And in the bottom position as the brown Zerg, that one actually is Modesty. And that is Mexo Imba. Actually, that's really true. Because Modesty's build was revolving around, I am going to destroy the little feeble Marines because they won't have enough support, and I'll be able to overwhelm them with Ultralisks. And that was the goal, but then Cryok built the thing that beats Ultralisks, which was tanks and vessels and mines. Modesty. Oh, Modesty's in chat now. Modesty. Like, there were at least 15 times you attacked with 15 units. About 15 units. And they just all died, and you didn't get anything out of it. If you just, like, saved up 5 of those attacks, and attacked with 7 control groups, everything dies, and you win. But no, you just kept throwing away Ultralisks over and over and over again. Nuke. Alright, so Modesty's going 12 hatch, and sending out the drone scout to make sure that the bunker rush isn't coming. Him from Cryok, you know, I would expect him to build a Rax. Then, a little bit after the Rax is done, I'd expect him to throw down an expansion. Maybe we'll see him go for a fast gas. And use that fast gas to get +1 on the Marines. Then, as a way to re-emphasize the +1 on the Marines, he can get some barrackses. But like a lot of barrackses. More than 3. 4... maybe 5, most likely 4 Raxes. And then he's going to attack. And he's going to have 1-1 Marines before Modesty gets Lurkers. And he's going to attack with them. And then after that, he's going to abandon his 1-1 Marines. He's just going to say, fuck this. I'm going to lift off all the Raxes and build factories. Oh, there's a fast gas. I'm a frickin' prophet. Oh, and there, I said command center before gas, so yeah, the gas builds faster than the command center. He did actually throw the command center and then get the fast gas. Oh, hey, an engineering bay is a nice way to use gas from an early refinery. Now, you think he's gonna get +1 armor? Or +1 attack? If he got +1 armor, sunken colonies would take longer to kill them when he went in for the bust. Maybe that'd be a good thing. Nope, it's +1 attack. What a freaking surprise. Alright. So, Modesty's getting his lair. He already has his 3rd hatchery down, so he will once again be going 3 hash Mutalisk. Excuse me. Yeah, stretch a little bit there. So, we have a bunch of Marines. We actually have a lot of Marines. And that has to be the Academy that I can't click on. There we go. So the Academy's coming up, but he does not have a whole lot of medics. That was a problem with Cryok last game. He just did not have enough medics for the Marine, and it really decreased his efficiency. Modesty made a couple of mistakes with the Mutalisks, but Crayock could have capitalized on them much, much better if he had the medics to recover the Marines. Hopefully he makes more medics this game. Probably be a strong move. Looks like we have the bunker going down. As the Zerglings come in, the Zerglings will beat the bunker, but there's too many Marines, and in this case, they don't actually need medics. They're actually going to be completely fine sitting here. They don't even need to get in the bunker. Hey, that is a number of barracks that is more than 3, but less than 6. Profit! Alright. So, getting stim for the Marines. And, Modesty. Where's the Spire? Where is the Spire? I don't know where the Spire is. He has a lot of lings. We have a lot of lings and Modesty. Wow, trying to go for a really big ling attack here. I guess the bunker was a good idea after all. So many lings are dying, but they managed to get through a hole up top. 2 medics here would have completely shut this down, but instead, Modesty has a chance to make something happen here. A very risky, very interesting Zergling attack is going to work out because of a hole in the wall. Wow, alright. So, let's see how much the lings can do. Making firebats? Making a couple of firebats to deal with the lings here. And actually, those firebats are going to put an end to the lings' fun. There are some more lings on the outside, but this is just... They just re-showed up the wall. And now there's an SCV blocking... Actually, I still don't know that's tight. I think the Zerglings might still be able to get in, because that SCV isn't pressed up as close as it could be. And here's the Spire, and the Mutalisks are on the way. Now, that attack took out a lot of Marines. And when you're doing the build that Crayock does, he's relying on his Marines. So he has to go and build more turrets than he wants to right now. And I don't think he'll have enough time. These Mutalisks have a great opportunity to do damage. And Modesty needs to take advantage of that. Needs to take advantage of the damage the Mutalisks can do. Looks like the Marines are going to chase away the lings. That's actually a terrible idea. Okay, Crayock's turning around. If you follow the lings, it'd be a terrible idea. Because you do not want your Marines out of position and not attacking anything. We do see the turrets, and 3 turrets is definitely more than Crayock will normally make. Forced to do that because of he doesn't have the absolutely absurd Marine count that he normally has. It's still a pretty high Marine count with only 3 medics. Why? Why are there only 3 medics? Anyway, another ling run by. Ooh. There was some glitching out there, because they should not have been... 2 Marines should not have been able to kill lings that quickly. Alright. And here come the Marines. They're just not... No medic support at all! 0 medic support! Crayock! Crayock, what are you doing? Crayock. Crayock, you couldn't wait literally 3 seconds for your woefully inadequate medic count to come and join up with the Marines. And now you're dead. Modesty should be dead right now. If you had made 2 more medics and actually used them, 5 medics with that Marine force would have killed Modesty right now. Game would be over. Alright. So, Modesty has another chance. Modesty has another chance to do damage with the Mutalisks. There's not turrets in the main. There are a couple. There are 2 turrets, one by the Raxes, one by the Mineral Line, but really not a very high number. Assuming that Modesty is still making Mutalisks. No, he's actually going for Lurkers right now. Not gonna see him go for super sneaky Jaedong strats. Alright. I don't see any Hydralisks out on the field yet. But at the same time... Well... There goes... literally a quarter 1/4 of Cryok's entire medic force. Just lost. Now only has 3 medics. Cryok. Cryok does not understand the value of women. Women are pretty nice to have in an M&M army. I mean, it's like, it's Eminem, not and M. It's an equal. They have equal roles right here. M and M. It could even be medics and marines. You don't know. That's what the ambiguity is there for. And it would be... And they are all out of energy. Make medics, damn it. Alright. So, we got some lurkers. And going to try to contain Cryok here. Cryok has at least 1 tank out. I think he might even have a second now. Second tank? No, second tank isn't quite done. But he does have a tank. But still, that won't matter versus that many lurkers if the lurkers want to get into good positions. And there is, no medic. Oh, this one has energy. Alright. He has 1 medic with 12 energy. And the other ones have 0 energy. Oh, shit, we made more medics. Alright. Alright. Oh, the lurkers are going in. This is a nice move for Modesty, realizing that all those marines are pressed up against a cliff, and there's nowhere for them to run. Nowhere for them to run, and the lurkers are just going to skewer them all. He can't push in. Pushing in would be a bad idea, but that was a great shot to take out a whole mess of marines. But it's okay, because there's still 3-0 energy medics over here. Oh, he's going in. No. 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 Modesty. Modesty. Bad idea. This is bad. This was bad. No. No. No, Modesty. Oh. It was going so well for a second there. But there's a bunker with 3 fire bats in it. I don't think he knew that there was a bunker with 3 fire bats in it. I don't know if that would have changed his mind. Even if it was Marines. Like... And... he doesn't even have a 3rd base up. Doesn't even have a 3rd base up. Going 2 base hive. Alright. So, science vessel's out. Won't need to rely on scan to be taking out the lurkers as he pushes across the map. And really, this is just pretty bad. This is a pretty bad spot for Modesty right now. He is at 42 supply. Because he threw away, I'm gonna guess, 15 plus 10, 25 supply? He should be like 25 supply better than he is right now. Yeah. So, that's a little bit unfortunate, all of them firing at the same lurker, but Cross can begin to push now with more than double the supply. With more than double the supply. And it's going to go slowly, because Cryok's German. Germans believe in taking their time with things. It's like, you're gonna do it slowly, you're gonna do it right. And you know what? That's kind of the way it worked last game. It was really slowly, but it eventually worked, and that's what's gonna happen this game. It's going to be done slowly, but it's gonna be done safely. Alright, alright. How many medics? How many medics? 5 medics. That's still not enough, but it's better. It's better. He also has 4 bunkers. Because, you know, when you have triple the supply of your opponent, 4 bunkers is nice. 4 bunkers is nice. It's like, you are not going to do surprise 80 supply Ling Bust on me. I have 4 bunkers. And now, okay. Okay. So still, slowly making progress. Slowly making progress. There are 3 lurkers. 3 lurkers and 1 sunken. Soon to be 6, but 3 lurkers in the moment. I guess it's good he had those bunkers, because that lurker had no chance. And now Modesty going in for attack. D-Matrix going down on the frontmost siege tank. I don't think he is even going to lose a single one. Certainly going to lose some Marines, but not losing any of the tanks. GG. And Cryok takes it 2-0, tying up the score 1-1. North America versus Western Europe.